When it comes to preparing your home for a bushfire, the best time to do it is before the onset of the fire season. So well before summer, preferably the first month of spring. Look at your gutters. If you don't have some kind of gutter guard, you'll need to clean them out. Gutters fill up very easily with leaves, with small twigs and other things that can come from trees. When you get embers coming through with the onset of a bushfire, and they can come from quite some distance away, if those embers land in the leaf debris in the gutter, it'll very quickly catch fire. That fire can then extend up under the eaves of the house, and the house will actually burn from the roof down. So cleaning out the gutters is very important. You need to make sure you do that at least 2 or 3 times a year. Have you got a wood pile? A lot of people unfortunately put those wood piles right next to the home. And again, when you get the shower of embers that comes through with a bushfire, they can lodge in the nice seasoned timber, and of course with hot weather, dry conditions, that'll readily combust and act like a blowtorch on the house. So moving those wood piles away is a very, very sensible move. Also look at your garden beds. If you've got a garden bed immediately adjacent to the house wall, for example if you've got pine bark chips on it, those again can dry out and very easily combust when they're loaded with embers. So what you need to do is either try and keep your garden moist, or where there's water restrictions, you may need to remove those pine bark chips for the summer and look at some other method of mulching to try and keep some moisture in your garden. Even with evergreens or luscious exotics, when conditions are very dry, they can also suffer from stress and they will burn as well. So keep an eye on what you've got in your garden bed there. Where you can, and this is where rainwater tanks come in very valuable, is you can use that water to actually keep the garden nice and lush. Look at other hazards around your home as well. Where's your garden shed? What's in it? If you have a garden shed immediately adjacent to your house and it's got your lawnmower or a chainsaw or a whippersnipper and a tin of mower fuel in it, that's probably not the safest thing to have, because if the shed gets impacted by embers, most of those sheds aren't sealed, it's very easy for ember attack to get in there. Once that happens, anything in there that's combustible will go off. If that's immediately adjacent to your house, as with the wood pile, that'll act as a blowtorch. So you need to make sure that those things are either moved away from the area for the duration of the summer, or that you have them in very good containers, don't have them in old tins, and have them covered so that if there is an ember intrusion into the shed, that they're not going to be one of the first things it lands on and they're not going to catch fire. Go around the house, make sure that all your fly screens have metal mesh. Definitely a much better option than plastic. Make sure that if there's any holes that you can repair them. Get them fixed before the onset of summer. Check the rubbers in your windows. Make sure that they're not starting to perish. Again, an ember can get through a very small gap, so make sure that your windows are well sealed. Make sure that your doors, you have draft excluders underneath them. And then check around the rest of the house, weep holes and things, cover those, and make sure that your yard is well prepared, nice and clean, and don't let the rubbish pile up too close to your house.